everybody, I'm David. On this week's Fix It Friday, we're going to go over how you can ensure that your bike is safe and ready to ride. So first on the to-do list is to check to make sure you have the proper air in your tires. So this can be simply done by just feeling them, seeing if they feel hard enough or not. If they don't feel like they're hard enough, you should go on the side here and look for the proper PSI. Second on the to-do list is to check out your brakes. Your brakes are super important, obviously, because you want to be able to stop. But when checking out your brakes, you want to make sure that they're properly engaging. You can see your wheel and the rim contact on the brake pad and surface. A lot of times you can see these things will be off down here or not. You just want to make sure that they're centered on this rim. For those of you who have gears back here, you should hop on your bike before you head out for a ride and ensure that your bike is shifting properly. If it isn't shifting properly, you should check out our previous video on how to tune a rear derailleur. Another real quick thing that you can do before you hop on your bike is to make sure your chain is properly lubed. If your chain isn't properly lubed, it's going to probably be a little bit louder, not shift as well, and more complications that can come down the road. So another thing you can check before you head out on your ride is to make sure that your stem and handlebars are nice and tight. Simple things that you can check for: put your weight on it, see if it holds you. Oh, doesn't. That would be a bad crash. Another thing you can look for, see if your wheel will stay straight. Put your legs in between here. Oh, doesn't. So these are things that y'all can just simply tighten up with a 5mm Allen key, depending on your bike. All good. Another thing you can do to make sure that your wheels don't fall off is making sure that your quick release is nice and tight. Also, make sure it's in the right direction, unlike this bike. Facing it backwards will ensure that nothing snags it when possibly hitting something. A few more things you can do to check to make sure your bike is ready to go is looking at your rear wheel, your hub. Checking to make sure there's no play in that. Same thing with your front wheel. No play. Another thing you look at is your crank arms to make sure there's no play in your bottom bracket by just wiggling that back and forth. Also looking at your pedals, see if there's any play in those. Seems good. Last but not least, you can also look at your headset. So your headset, if that's loose, you will be able to tell by engaging your front brake while the bike's on the ground and rocking the bike forward to see if there's any play or knocking. If you have any of these problems with your bike, bring the bike on into the spoke and we'll be able to help you out. If this is you, don't be that person. Seat height probably is a little too low. A good way of looking at your seat height is bringing it up to about your hip height, just so you have proper leg extension. If you look anything like this, you're also doing it wrong. Seat height is a little too tall for my toes to be able to touch the ground. You want to just be able to touch the tippy toes on the ground to ensure that you don't fall over at any stops. This seat height looks a little bit better. As you can see in my knee, I'm getting proper extension and I'm not risking the possibility of hyperextending or underextending. With the proper seat height, you'll be able to ensure that riding is more comfortable and efficient. If you're riding at night, another thing to make sure that you're seeing is to have a rear light and a front light. Thanks for watching Fix It Friday.